What if the secret to having a tender, loving husband isn't about changing him, but about changing one simple thing about how you show up in your marriage? If you're longing for your husband to treat you with tenderness, you might feel like the problem is he's emotionally unavailable, he doesn't care enough, maybe he has a psychological wound he's just never dealt with from his childhood. So he's just forever going to be aloof and insensitive. Okay, let me be the first person to tell you, I hear you. I totally hear you. But here is the game changer. Okay. I'm interested in solving this problem for you because I want you to win, right? So here is the game changer. Right now, the way that you are trying to get tenderness from him is by telling him that he's not being very sensitive, or he's not being very tender, or he's not being affectionate, right? It feels like you're telling him what you want, but since you're here, you and I know, that doesn't work. Okay. And not only that, it likely creates even more distance emotionally in your marriage because you've just told him that you feel like he's absolutely failing you in this area. Right now, to you, this sounded like honest communication, like I'm just sharing how I feel. But to him, it is completely deflating, right? Like when you said that, he probably checked out, stonewalled, went to go watch TV or something. He's not going to talk to you for the rest of the day. Okay. And then you're thinking, like, what? Like, did he even hear me at all? Like, it's so mean that he would do that. Like, just the opposite of what I told him that I needed from him. Okay. Again, 100%, I hear you. Stick with me. The happiest wives in the world don't ever say things like that. Okay. Happy wives know exactly how to move their husbands' hearts by way of attraction. Okay. And I don't mean physical attraction, like they put on a pretty dress or something. Okay. They're actively doing something else. It's an emotional trigger. And it's one of the things that I teach, which then immediately moves her husband to respond to you with the most profound tenderness. So here's the key. The only way to see a real difference in how your husband responds to you is to change how you show up in the relationship, right? How you show up affects how he's going to respond to you. Okay, this is everything. Okay, let me say this again. How you show up affects how he's going to respond to you. So if you want to experience his real tenderness toward you, you need to stop telling him, I wish you could be more tender or sensitive. Okay, again, this feels like you're just sharing how you feel, sharing what your needs are, but it's actually pushing him away from you rather than attracting him toward you. And if you keep doing this, he's going to check out even more. Okay. Like, in other words, it's not neutral to stay like this. Okay. Why? Because he feels like no matter what he does, he just cannot win with you. Okay. And that's why he's distant. Okay. And that's something that you can change right now. Now, you might think that the reason he can't be tender is like, you married a man who just isn't very emotionally intelligent. And so he's just, no matter what I do, he's always going to be, insensitive and aloof. That, basically you'll just never be able to have that kind of intimate connection with him. Now, this is not true. Okay, here's why. Okay, number one, you wouldn't have married someone who wasn't already um, worthy of you. You wouldn't have married someone, A, who wasn't already worthy of you. Okay, now take a look at this. And number two here is the most important. Look at what is underneath this statement. Okay, it's your underlying belief that your man isn't capable. Like when you accuse him of being, oh, he's just not emotionally, intelligent. What you're saying is you don't believe he's capable of it. Now, in man language, that's literally like telling him that you don't love him. Okay, imagine that. Like you just want more from him, but what he's hearing from you is that you don't love him. Now, I'm not saying that you said those words, but that's what he perceives because it's telling him over and over that underlying message to his heart is you are not capable. And this is why he's distant. It's not because he's not capable of showing you love. It's that he's now, doesn't know if he should even make the effort because what he fears is your constant criticism of him. Okay, and rather, he actually wants to show you the depths of his tender love for you. But you need to make that space both to inspire that love and to receive it. So if you're ready to stop the distance and actually create a marriage full of tenderness where you feel pursued and adored, like you're dating all over again, apply with the link below and I will reach out to you, okay? Because honestly, you deserve a marriage that feels loving and connected. So let's make that happen.